Madness is the show. My name is Hasna. Welcome to another episode without Rehan. I'm in conversation with popular radio personality, entertainer, Chase D. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me here.
Oh, no
and
problem
thank you so
at
much
all.
for that introduction.
Okay, did you want me to add anything else?
No, I think that sufficed.
Okay.
I think.
Then we'll start off. So Chase, I really gotta ask you, why did you pick Chase as your radio name?
That's actually a question which I get quite a lot. Well, what happened was I needed to figure out a particular name per se, and for the on-air voice, and nothing which I originally came out with actually sufficed, so to speak. And then one fine day I was like, you know what, how about Chase the Booty? I was just so annoyed because I couldn't figure out a name, and then everyone was like, you know what, Chase is good. So we left out the Booty.
Yeah.
And then the D came in later, so it sounds just Chased. But it never became that, it was just Chase D. So good in a way.
Interesting. Okay, so how did you kickstart your career?
I started at TNL Radio. Actually, that is the only place where I worked as a radio personality. Until very recently, close to 4 years, I was with the organization. So it's been a childhood dream actually to be on radio, because it's, you know, like when you hear the radio personality, you're like, oh, what's going on? You know what, I want to do that. I want to be on their seat, you know, do the requests and all of that. But that's how it really started off, and it was just an opportunity which presented itself.
So I really want to ask you, did you start off with news or was it always entertainment?
Entertainment, straight out radio personality.
Okay.
No news.
So I hear it's really intense and serious and all that.
It is. The thing is, when you are a listener, because we've all been that listener, but only very few of us have the opportunity of being on the other side, you realize that it is more, there's more to it. You know, you're not just talking. You have to also get your songs, all of that loaded up. You get a playlist, but still you have to do all the loading. And on top of that, you have your commercials, which is essential because that is what pays us. And you have to put all of that together. On top of that, your personality also comes up with your stories, your humor or your seriousness, whichever way each personality is. You put it all together, and that is how a show is made. So there is actually a lot to it. It's very intense. I've always said that those 3 or 4 hours inside the studio is 100% productivity because you're working non-stop.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know that you released your mixtape, which was #1 on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Tell us more about it.
Well, it's called hardstyle. It's a relatively new genre, also internationally. It's only been around for about 14 years. It's an EDM genre. Normally house music starts around 128 BPM up to 136. So this starts off at 148, goes up to 156. Now, as soon as I say that, you're like, oh dear, that's fast. But trust me, that's actually not as fast as some of the other music which is out there. Try speedcore, that's 200 BPM. Even I don't seem to, digest that too well. But that's what hardstyle is. It's a very different genre in itself. And I would say that there are a lot of people who have slowly started to embrace it. So I wanted to actually share it, something which I had with my listeners. Hence how the mixtape came about. Initially from a podcast, then came into an independent one, being the hardstyle mixtapes. Now in its 4th one.
So what's in store for us in the future?
More of them, of course, but I try to mix it up in the sense it's not just hardstyle. There's another genre called subground, which is there. Right now I'm working on the 5th volume. I'm trying to figure out, I want to incorporate some of the local musicians as well, but it's a little difficult because it's 2 varying genres. So it's like a DJ set. So you have to be able to get the flow right. So I'm thinking of putting a very famous Sri Lankan musician actually who has come up with his own genre. I think I might have maybe let out who it is. So let's just leave it there. But I'm still trying to see how I can drop that song in it, because it's not easy. You can't just be like, okay, you know what, I'll just put it here. No, it doesn't work like that. So it takes a lot of work. I scrutinize my own work a lot. So if I'm not happy, I've actually had an instance where I've taken an entire mixtape, I've done the whole thing, I deleted it and redid it.
So that's pretty intense stuff there, right for you. Okay, we're gonna move on with our show, and the next segment is called Rapid Fire, as you would know. But I'll just brief Chase about it. So this is where you get scared.
Yeah, because I just thought that there was like a gun pointed at me from somewhere.
There will be questions thrown at you and you have to answer within 3 seconds.
Within 3 seconds?
Start your answer within 3 seconds.
Okay, let's see.
Okay?
No, this goes.
Right. What's on your mind when you're behind the mic?
Sometimes nothing. And sometimes the most random things. It depends on what I'm talking about. Or sometimes it's actually what I'm talking about.
Okay. Second question. The most embarrassing moment you've had on air?
Most embarrassing moments I've had, actually I've happened off air. Funnily, I fell off the chair. The chair was broken, I completely forgot about it. It was the night show and just fell right over and I'm like, I waited like 3 seconds, I'm like, right, I fell. I should be getting up before the song finishes. On air wise, I think it would be a friend of mine who was nice enough to say my name, not my real name, 2.5 times on air.
2.5 times?
Because I cut off the third time that she was about to say it. This was when you were at Majestic City.
So your third question. What are you afraid of the most?
Probably spiders. I don't like spiders.
Arachnophobic.
Is that what you call it?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I don't like spiders for some weird reason. I'm not like terrified.
So what if there was a spider behind you right now?
I would move. I wouldn't do it frantically. I wouldn't go like, no, I wouldn't do that. I'd just move.
Okay. Alright.
You have to be composed, you know.
I'd like to see you do that. Okay, fourth question. One thing you dislike about yourself?
One thing which I dislike about myself. Man, I've never really thought about that too much. I think it would be the lack of wanting to exercise. I think that's the thing. Even right now when I was on my way, I was like, I really need to start exercising because I never seem to get up early enough to do that.
Okay. Best radio personality you worked with and why?
Oh, that's a hard one. That is a very hard one. I've worked with many great radio personalities. I can't really pinpoint one per se, but I can actually mention maybe a few.
Okay.
I guess we had Andre, we had Rebecca. Two of them who I very closely work with because they do the show before me and after me. So I think those two would be the ideal ones because of that reason.
Okay, so you have to pick a song that relates to your life, like your own personal anthem.
Kevin Rudolph, I Made It. In the sense, I'm not saying that I've still made it, but from where I was 4 years ago, I know how well I've progressed. So that itself gives me the drive to move forward.
So I forgot to mention this earlier on, but I've been giving you points. Just in case you want to change any answers. There's a point system and Rehan invented it. So if you have a problem with it, you know who to kill.
Okay, so what do I get?
Points.
So Rehan, Rehan really hasn't fully thought this one through, has he?
He has a lot of things in his mind that he won't tell us. Okay, moving on. What would you do if you woke up one morning looking like a woman?
For the record, I have had to dress as a woman because I lost a bet where I had to dress up as Adele, so I think I can pass that one.
Oh, what would your reaction be?
I would probably be like, oh no, not again. That would be the first thing which should come into my head. That I'll have to go through that whole experience of having to wear a dress, makeup. I've had it all. I've actually had 2 people put the makeup, I've had 3 other people to remove it. To the point the makeup was actually very good high-end makeup. I had one person that was actually trying to rub off the lipstick. Rubbing it so hard that at the point all this just got numb. I'm like, stop.
So you know what we go through then?
Huh?
You know what we go through?
I do.
Your biggest celebrity crush? 3 seconds, cheers.
I think Emma Watson. Oh no, Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, I like Jennifer Lawrence's personality.
Okay.
Really like a quirky this thing because she doesn't seem very fake.
But earlier this year at the Oscars, you know what happened? She tripped off the stage.
Oh yeah, I think I missed that one. I did see the one where I can't remember the actress name, where she was behind the scenes, and there was one actor who actually came and complimented her, and she was like, "Oh, the moon," about it. I can't remember who it was. I'm terrible with names,
Okay,
and you wonder how I'm in radio.
While you think through that, we'll go to your next question, which is a career you would engage in if not for radio and music.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
What kind of lawyer? I'm inquisitive now.
I think corporate. If not, I think an Air Force pilot. I've loved airplanes.
Two different things.
Yeah, two different things. But then if you look at it, I'm also in entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. So your last question for rapid fire. What is competition to you? Your own definition of it.
I would say competition in any sense is good because it keeps you up in your game. It might come off as me being very prude when I say this, but I don't see myself competing with anyone because at the end of the day, if you take a musician side of it, everyone's struggling. This is Sri Lanka. It's not easy to get yourself out there, and everyone has to help one another. So whenever I can, I know I've tried to help musicians as a radio personality, and also as doing my mixtapes as well. I wouldn't call myself a DJ because I'm not that yet. We could say an aspiring because I'm trying to do that. But I think any sort of competition would be good, but I don't really see anything as a threat per se. I would look at, if anything, if someone's doing better than me, as an admiration for me to push myself to be that or better.
Oh, that's a really good answer. I might just give you 10 points for that.
Right,
or
thank
maybe
you.
20.
Oh.
Never know.
Wow. Would I be the first to get 20?
Actually, yeah. We've never given 20 for an answer.
And you want me to find out? Are we done with this rapid fire business? Because
Yeah,
again, I thought that there was actually going to be a gun pointed at me somewhere. I don't know, I just pictured like an AK-47.
Keep an open mind. You never know what's behind you, what's under your chair, what's under the table. Yeah, I'm just scaring you, aren't I? A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
She looks at, she's not giving me this whole I'm a psycho girl vibe.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but still. You survived
That
the
means you
rapid
start
fire
with a
chase.
pretty smile.
Okay.
I survived it.
Yes, you did. Alright, we're gonna move on to our next segment, which is the first thing. This is where I give you a group of words or a phrase or just one word, and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay, can I just get my dictionary out?
No, you can't do that.
Oh man.
Absolutely no time to think.
I can see that. There's absolutely no time to think
Like,
at all.
tuck. First thing that crosses your mind when I say Hardwell.
Hardwell. He's artwork. The text. That's what.
You can't.
That's actually what came into my head.
The other rule is you can't repeat what I say.
Ah, you did not say that. So in other
I'm
words, I
saying it
passed
now.
that. So I passed that
No.
one just fine because the rules were not stated there. I'm sorry.
You were supposed to know.
I am a radio personality. I'm good with my words as well. I twist things too.
Okay, second word. Classical music.
Violin. Violin and Mozart.
Sri Lanka.
I'm guessing me seeing like a Google map zoom in of Sri Lanka doesn't really fall into the whole answer.
Oh, that's okay, whatever that's on your mind. Right, fifth one, James Bond.
007. Just pictured that. I'm very theatrical in my head, I sort of realized.
You should try out acting, maybe.
I do a bit of video production.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. I was a video producer.
Surprises all along. Okay. Social media.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Okay.
I was gonna say Facebook, but I thought, hey, you know what, let's just go with Mark Zuckerberg.
That makes you smart.
I don't know. I'm not sure the point of that question.
Okay. Last one. Waking up in Vegas.
Casinos.
Alright.
I'm sure it's also a bit PG-13, so I wouldn't want to.
No, that's okay. You can say whatever you want. It's like a very
Let's just say
mature audience.
penthouse.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, we're done with the first thing now. So So you survived that as well. Give yourself a pat on the back.
I would, but it would be very awkward.
But we're not done with you. We have this last thing that needs to be done.
Does it involve with me having to run anywhere or?
It depends. You can decide that after I tell you what it is.
Oh dear.
So this morning.
It's like it keeps just getting worse. It started off good, now it just like keeps going down, down, and you're like, oh no.
I'll try not to embarrass you. So Rehan sent me this text in the morning, and he wanted you to rap "Boom Boom Shake the Room."
Oh.
No buts, no no's. You're gonna do it now.
Okay, so if you're wondering why he's actually asking me to rap Boom Shake the Room, what happened was there was this music video for him which I did. And while I'm doing my edits, I normally try to distract myself, especially when you're feeling a little stressed out. So while I was doing like all the color corrections and whatever not, I was rapping Boom Shake the Room. And it was just extremely random. And next thing, because I just zone out at instances. It even happened to me last year as well when we made Hall of Fame music video back at TNL. It was a 40-hour edit.
Oh wow.
Yes, it took 40 hours. It took 40 hours in which, in between renders, I'd be listening to 90s music and whatnot, just to get my mind off it. So that's the backstory for what he wanted me to do.
And now for the actual rapping.
Okay. Yo, back up now and give a brother room. The music's lit now, I'm about to go boom. Mercy, mercy, mercy me. Oh, my life as a kid, don't stay no free. Hyped up, psyched up. Can't remember the rest of the lyrics. I see a girl, if I see the one I want to see, come here, cutie. I work around and say, work that booty. Work the body, work the body. Slow down, girl, you're gonna hurt somebody. That's all.
That was really good.
Thank you. No, I'm not aspiring to be a rapper. I just do just fun.
Okay. You never know, you're full of surprises.
Thank you.
Okay guys, that's all we have for you. Before we go, we have to mention our beautiful location sponsor, The Curve. Bring your friends, come down here and spend the day with them. It's absolutely wonderful.
I actually like the ambience here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And the live music. There's some really good musicians who perform here.
Yeah, so take it from Chase. That's all we got for you. See you next time. Bye.